What's up, guys? My name is Sean. I'm here with another episode, and we're here at a different location. We're on the outlying islands of Hong Kong, Mui Wo. It's quite a special place. It's away from the city, and I'm really happy to have Jerome and Fleur on. They're both in the wellness industry. Guys, do you want to just introduce yourself for the viewers who don't know? Just a small introduction.
Yes, sure. Hi, my name is Jérôme. I'm a life coach. So I'm working with people and helping them to create the vision and reach their goals.
Fleur?
Yeah, and my name is Fleur, and I'm osteopath. So it's, for people who don't know, it's between chiro and physio is usually the easy way to say, but it's a manual therapy to give mobility in the body, very gentle. Sometimes a bit of cracking, but it's a very holistic and interesting treatment.
Very cool. I mean, Jerome, I've known you since football, and I think it's quite interesting that, like, during COVID times, you know, you see this boom of like people getting stuck in the same routine, either having a lot of like mental problems or even physical problems, and it's quite special that you two are in the wellness industry and you have kind of similar kind of roles, but they kind of collide together.
Yeah.
With life coaching, what type of like clients do you usually treat? Like, what type of age group do you go for, or is it everybody?
Actually, no, I'm really focused on people who are between 35 to 40 years old,
Okay.
who are managers, and I'm focused on people who've got responsibilities in life, basically at work. I'm also focusing on, because of my background in the F&B, I'm focusing on chefs as well.
Okay. And like a life coach, does it have some sort of role like that translates over to like having like a psychiatrist or psychologist, or is it more based on like scheduling, like how you schedule their life if they're busy or whatnot? Maybe you can explain a bit more.
Yes, absolutely. I would say that it's very different than a psychiatrist or psychologist. A life coach is basically structuring the life of their client. I'm creating the vision. I am making people work on what it really makes sense for them in life.
Right.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So for example, if I came to you and be like, Jerome, I'm struggling to like figure out how to get to this goal. Do you like set out a structure and be like, oh, you need to like divide more time for example, like your work, your spouse, your relationship, etc. Is that how it is, or
Yes.
am I wrong?
Absolutely. So basically, I'm structuring my client's life between work, family, and personal life. Okay? When a client is coming to me and he's a bit lost in terms of what he wants to do in his life, what he wants to achieve, I'm helping him or her, of course, to structure his life. With the basics of the life coaching is like looking forward only, making small steps to reach goals, small steps which bring emotion, confidence, and obviously achieve what the client wants to achieve.
Yeah, I think it's funny because like a lot of people, you know, they look on social media and they think that they can get to that goal, but it's not really them, and that goal is sometimes so unattainable because they don't really look at like the 1% of people. For example, like sometimes I get into this like a mistake of seeing like professional footballers, and I still feel like, oh, like I wish I was there or I got there. But that's like that 1% who've gone through like different clubs, trained super hard, maybe had much harder like background. So I'm sure your job is there to kind of like take it like a smaller goal, one step at a time, so they can reach more of like that attainable goal.
Absolutely,
you know?
absolutely. It's really by step by step that we achieve, I would say, bigger goals.
Right.
Absolutely, yeah.
Right. And like coming on to you, Fleur, I'm a big proponent of physio. Because I've had so many injuries before, and I've been to an osteopath before for my lower back. Actually, I forgot what her name was, but she definitely helped. Can you differentiate the difference between physio and osteopath?
It's
I'm sure.
always a question.
Yeah, you hear that a lot.
So for physio first, you need to see a GP, and you're gonna give you a referral letter, and you're gonna see the physio and come with your referral letter, like, okay, I have a lower back pain or anything. So the physio usually is quite focused on this area, but osteopath is more like we're gonna check from head to toes, and even if you have a lower back pain, it can come from the knee or the ankle or even some tension on the skull. So as osteopaths, we're gonna do our own diagnosis, so just by touching and testing the mobility of the body, and a physio gonna do a lot of stretching, a lot of exercise. Here in Hong Kong, a lot of them do also a bit of acupuncture, but more like dry needling.
Yeah, painful.
It's not, yeah. And they can also do things with machine to connect you, we're gonna make your muscle work. Osteopath is usually 100% with the hand, just manipulation.
Okay.
And I feel that when you have pain, like mechanical pain, osteopath is gonna be maybe better. But if you have an accident and you need rehab, then it's better to see a physio.
Right. Okay.
Like for ladies who have baby, for example, for the pelvic floor education or abs, better to see a physio. But for readjusting the pelvic or realign or give space on the shoulder because you're carrying your baby, then osteo is quite good.
Okay.
So sometimes you can see some physio who actually act like osteo, and some at one point some do kind of the same job, but if you go to like the craniosacral, this is something different, more osteopath part.
Yeah, I've always been really interested in the cranial work of how.
I love to do that. It's very interesting.
No, it's so weird because I remember going to an osteopath, and like he would do some work, and I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Like it feels nothing's going on, but actually it did help. It was for my jaw actually. I remember.
Yeah, jaw is all the what happened here, like jaw and also headache, sleep. I feel like osteo is quite good on working on the cranial. Like chiro, I'm not sure they work that much, or at least not all of them. I'm careful what I'm saying because again, some chiro can do the same job as an osteo, as a physio, depend on their training and depend on which technique they use to use. Okay.
Right. It's quite like the body is such a weird thing, right? Like
not weird. Weird is not a good word.
Why would you say?
A good,
no, as in like like amazing in a way.
Yeah,
amazing, weird and incredible because it's like one small movement can change anything for the better.
Yeah.
And the worst.
And the worst, and the worst.
No, but the body have inside such a power of healing. So one goal when you come back to the guy who created osteopathy a long time ago, he was saying that everything is inside our body. We just have to let our body do. So usually you can heal everything, but sometimes a mechanical blockage will bother the flow, and then that's why you keep with your pain. But if we unlock the mechanic and make the flow, the energy flow, the chi, they're gonna say here in Hong Kong, then the healing system of the body can come to the area with the pain and cure.
Right.
So it's very interesting, and also osteo work very well with acupuncture because it's like we unlock the mechanic and they can help for the better circulation of this chi, and together it works well.
Do you know is osteopathy, is it has it been in time before the physio, or was physio after?
Oh la la.
Or similar?
I need to remember my class. I know osteopathy is from 1880 something.
Okay. Well, double check that.
The guy was from US, Andrew Taylor still. But physio, no, I don't know. but also osteopathy, depending on where you are in the world, is not the same. For example, it has been created in US, but in US, the training now is quite the same as GP, and they are not doing the same manipulation. So, for example, with my French diploma, I can't go to US because the job has the same title, but actually is not the same, content or the same techniques.
Okay. And have you treated Jérôme before?
Never. No, always.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, but when you see him, it's not easy. I prefer to work on someone else.
What's interesting as well to do the relationship between osteopathy and life coaching as well.
Yeah.
Like most of my clients, I propose them to go and see Fleur, because for me, body alignment is something is very important. First of all, okay, take care of yourself. Take care of if you have any pain or something, and after we're gonna work on your mental and your vision. That's something really important. So with the life coaching, of course, it's like, okay, how can I reduce as much as I can the negative of my body, first of all, and after I'm gonna think about my mind and about my vision. So
maybe not after. It's connected. Depends
It's
on
connected.
the problem of
It's
the
connected,
person, because
yeah.
some person are more stuck in their physical body, some person are more stuck
Mental.
in the mental. So every case is different, and
but
we
it's
just take
related,
them as
kind
they
of,
are.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely related.
It's
Yeah.
related, I think,
Yeah.
I would say.
It's weird. Like once, I've heard a lot of people, even myself. Like sometimes when I'm stressed or a little bit anxious, my lower back starts to hurt.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
what? But it's weird how like the mind
Yes.
can play tricks on the body and vice versa. You know. So, and
Yeah.
Jérôme, you told me that we were passing when we were driving by. You guys are opening up. Is it a wellness center?
Yeah,
Yes,
well,
yes,
it's just
absolutely.
new. We just signed the place, but yeah, we want to try to create a community of health people, not only health, because we want to work also with PT and maybe yoga. And we're gonna try to find people who are already in Lantau, because actually not a lot of people hate to go to Central. So the more we can develop things
In
locally
Mui Wo.
in Mui Wo and also all South Lantau, it's best.
Yeah, I think that's such a cool idea.
Yeah. It's very interesting to focus on, okay, what's matter to us as well, and like we're gonna for Mui Wo, we feel that there is a need, and we basically because there is a need, because we got an idea. It's like it's a journey.
Yeah,
right?
and also
Yeah.
as a couple, before Jérôme was working in FMB, so our jobs were not related, but now we are kind of the same industry.
Yes, absolutely.
Jérôme was very pushing that we try to stick together, and
As a couple
actually
as well.
he's coming.
Yeah, so it's
Like-
just new, and
Yeah.
we are super excited about the project,
And it's very fast in Hong Kong. It's crazy.
Yeah.
We were looking for a place. Actually, someone took it. So we start to look around, and we saw this empty space. So we try to find the landlord. We find the landlord.
take
We
a
contact
picture.
him.
Yeah.
And like 2 weeks after we met, and then 2 weeks after we signed, and now we are like, oh, okay, now we need to do the center.
So cool.
So
Yeah.
it's very interesting for us to be focused on, okay, let's bring wellness around us, you know, and so that's something which it makes a lot of sense for us.
Yeah, I think it's really important now in this day and age. It's quite scary. I saw like a statistic, and I heard a statistic in America that like 1 in 4 people are obese.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that? 1 in 4 people. That's a crazy amount of a population. So I think, like, obviously I'm a bit biased coming from a fitness standpoint, but I love the fact that you guys have this type of community and can encourage from a cognitive basis and like a wellness basis, physical basis, that if you do this, you can realize that like it's really, really helpful. Because I feel people, they go down that wrong path of like that, especially during COVID-19, you know, stay in the house, I'm going to eat unhealthy, I'm just going to like be in this kind of same routine, but it's not really healthy. And once you come out of it,
the thing I can really see when I work is people, because we are not able to travel outside of Hong Kong, they don't take holiday. They sometimes take 1 day or 2 days, but so they never rest, they never stop the nervous system. So almost over I asked them, when was your last holiday? And they told me, oh, well, we did a small staycation here. And then I asked them, but when was the last time you took more than 1 week? And it was like last year or last 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And this is bad, I think, for people, because they are like hoping the border to open, so they're like, oh, I want to keep my day off, but actually they need to also think about themselves now, not like later on one day.
So would you like, I mean, like I'll ask you guys separately. For you, Fleur, like when you have clients that come in for injury or diagnosis, do you do your work and then like kind of set, or do you let them come back and do like a few sessions?
I don't know,
Depends.
Why they come, if it's the first time they do osteo. In general, I will need like 3 sessions.
Minimum.
In average, if it's the first time, if they see an osteo quite frequently, like once a year, and I don't know, they fall, as they just come after the fall, if they twist, I don't know, a vertebra, it's easy to fix this, maybe we can need 1 session. Or when some client will come every year, we can do 1 session and it's done. But new client or people who never really took care of themselves,
okay,
I will need to, I love to say I will do a full cleanup, like, because I work on babies, and already babies have some tension. So then when you learn to walk, when you grew up, you already have tension, and you grew up around those tensions. So, and then you accumulate stress, and then you accumulate, children, bad sleep. So they always come and they say, like, for neck pain, oh, I think I slept wrong. But no, it's not because of one night sleep you have this problem. You accumulated for years. So when they come to me, okay, maybe you have neck pain, but I will need to work on all the body,
right,
on all the balance, and clean up all the accumulation of tension there for years.
Mm-hmm.
So usually this also is different with physio, and this is very personal. Maybe other osteo do something completely differently, but for me, usually I see them 1 time, and I'm gonna see them like 2 weeks after. If it already gets better, then I'm gonna wait 3 weeks, and if they are good after 3 weeks, let's see in 3 months.
Okay, that sounds like a very good like hands-off approach.
Yeah.
You're almost like letting the body heal
See,
naturally.
can you do it to yourself? If you can do it yourself, I'm very happy.
A soft sale, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. But there are people that need to come more.
For sure.
Course.
And Jérôme, how about you? Like, do you have like long-term clients?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Me, I'm taking client for a contract of 1 year minimum, because I feel that the personal development is taking of time. For instance, if somebody is a bit lost as well, he doesn't know, I'm a bit lost in my life, I know that it's taking time to develop that, to develop the vision. Okay, who you are first, what's the difference between important, urgent, where do you see yourself in 3 months, in 5 years, in 10 years? So I think it's obviously taking a lot of time to create the ideal lives they always wanted to have. So yeah, I take minimum 1 year client.
Yeah, and I'm sure you must like get along really well with you. Do you share like a pretty good personal relationship with your client, or do you try and be professional? Because in my like field, like the name personal trainer, like I have a good rapport. I don't think it's just about getting my client from A to B who they want to lift X amount of weight and look this way. It's important, that is the core, but also sometimes like that personal thing is also really important for me, because I have long-term clients that I've had for a while, and I think it's really important to keep that rapport. Is it the same with you?
Absolutely, absolutely. Me, I get along with my clients. Of course, I create a strong relationship with them. Okay, that's something which is part of the coaching. There is some other coaches. It could be only I would say a powerful question related. Me, I would say, okay, if you are sharing something to me, if I feel that it's relevant for me to share something that's happened in my life, I'm going to share it. That's something really important. Life for me is sharing, and life coaching as well. That's something really important for me.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to touch upon again, respectively. So, your motivation to life coaching. What gives you the greatest joy? Why do you do it?
So, basically, I worked for around 10 years in the F&B industry, and I arrived to a point in my life where I could see any improvement. No improvement. Nothing that how to call it? I don't know.
Progression?
Yeah, any progression. Yeah, and I came to life coaching for the three main reasons, I would say. So the first reason is like we were trying to have a baby with Fleur for around 3 years, so it was not working, I would say. We tried many things and it didn't work at all. At work, I got more and more challenges, and it was a bit difficult to reach my targets. And in football, I was always playing football. I was playing on the bench.
Still, best player, I think. So good.
So that's something. The three parts in my life, I couldn't see, as you said, any progression. I was okay, and I have to say that was the most important thing. It's like the relationship I had with Fleur. She told me, okay, Jérôme, let's do something. Just you need a reaction, because we are a team. We are always together, but you need to do something, right? And I said, okay. So because everything that I want to achieve in my life is not working, I'm gonna stop, and I'm gonna focus on what's really matter to me. Basically, I gave my resignation letter last year in January, and Fleur got pregnant in February. So it's been the first sign that of progression, I would say. I would say also that it's important to mention that because we have been working on ourselves together. I've been working on myself. Fleur had been working on herself, and as a couple as well, we've been working on ourselves to achieve our goals, which was to have
like
a baby.
Let's say fertility problem.
Fertility problem.
For us it was difficult when we were in it, but it was really pushing us to grow up. So we tried to find solution in different areas.
Holistic medicine.
We did a lot of things.
Healer.
But it was really a journey about ourselves.
Right.
Yeah.
So we learned a lot about that.
Yeah. And I feel now that it's one of the most powerful and positive things in my life that happened, because of all those, I would say, challenges. I am like that. Fleur is like that as well, and we are like that. We are strong as a couple, right? And basically, I came to life coaching because I feel that I have something to share with people. I love relationship. I love sharing. I love, of course, wellness. I love helping people. I love people being happy.
It was when you start to have questions about your job, you did yourself a coaching.
Yes, of course, I've been coached as well.
I can remember the first when you did the first call to this coach, when he stopped his conversation, he was like shaking. He was like, "Oh, I think I was dreaming of this call. I was really needed this call."
Yeah, absolutely. And now since we are focused as well on everything that makes me happy. I never been as happy as like that in my life.
I can see it. I mean,
I'm even shaking.
No, but like.
You have chicken.
Goosebumps.
No, but I see it in the locker room in football and stuff. You see it from different players. I see the energy that you create when we played a few weeks ago. I'm like, or even I remember last year, you bring this like nice energy, and you can sense it. Like there's a lot of other players in the team who are just like, they're stoic. They go about their day, but you can sense it, and it's nice. So I'm really happy for you too. I think like when you put, I mean, as kind of cliche as it sounds, when you put something out in the universe that you want something, and if you just focus on it, you will get it, but it's not going to be like smooth. But just like kind of focus on that one thing that you want, and almost naturally it works in a way.
But Jérôme is naturally someone happy, someone sharing, someone good.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I'm very lucky.
What you thank you. What you mentioned is like putting something in the universe, and I definitely I agree. You know, it's like I would say that I don't want to give any limitation to myself from now on. You know, say okay, I have a goal. Okay, I'm gonna take the decision to make it happen.
Yeah.
Right? It's exactly why I like life coaching, because I'm basically making that happen for people, and not helping. It's making them happen.
Yeah, they have to take action, basically.
Yes,
Yeah.
and it's the decisions that everybody's take. Okay, I feel some challenges in my life, right? Okay, I have those challenging fertility, work, sports, whatever. I take the decision to work on it, and as from the moment you take the decision to move forward from your challenges, many things will happen, and it's going to be positive.
It's something we also learn is like life needs challenge, otherwise it's boring. You know, and you're learning from your challenge. So for us, the big challenge was to have a baby, and we can say that now we reach the goal. You know, sometimes when you're stuck in your problems, it's very difficult to see forward, but so you need to wait a bit, and later you can, you know, look back and say, but actually it was interesting to be there at this time and have this challenge. Yeah, we are here to live a life.
For sure, yeah. No doubt. Yeah, I completely agree. I think life is always going to be like this, and then you plateau, and then you'll be stuck, and then you're like, this gives you room to grow.
Yeah.
And you're always just going to do this. Otherwise, you're just going to stay here. So only naturally, like animals, we try and break out of our shell and try and get better as human beings, and that's what it is. So I think that's really special, and it's a nice story that you two have, and I'm sure you can kind of project it to people. People will listen to it and be like,
how to call it? Whatever challenge we have in our life, there is options. Like I could be a very good life coach for somebody, but for somebody else, I could be not good enough.
Yeah.
You know. What I would share in that conversation that we have today is like, okay, whether we have any challenge, let's never stop working on it, never stop looking for opportunities. Okay, because life is showing you something, okay, let's take it.
But also welcome the sign.
Of course, welcome the signs as well.
Because there's always someone who's going to come or say something, or something will happen, and you're going to understand something, or you're going to read a book, and one sentence is going to be like, life changing, and like this gradually you can move forward.
Absolutely.
love it. That's awesome. I think we've covered everything. I think that's. I mean, if you want to like end it on something like, what's your vision for the future? I mean, you've got like your wellness center coming up. Anything else? Any sort of goals? Or are you kind of happy in the space right now?
Now the first step is like to make that center center working, right? And after, in the future, it could be to create another, maybe somewhere else in the world. Let's see.
The vision is to be happy, to do what's now we are on this center, but we still want to be able to travel, and if we, I don't know, something happened and we say, okay, let's go somewhere else. We want to be able to do what we feel right.
And I'm sure from experience, you guys will always make the right decisions.
Sometimes no, but we also learn from the mistakes.
What's important for me as well to share is like to thank you, Sean, to give us the opportunity to share
to take the
share
ferry.
No,
that. Ferry to come to Mui Wo.
this is still live in Hong Kong. No, it's fine. I
So-
really enjoyed it. I think I mean,
Yeah.
you guys are easy to talk to and like good couple, so I'm happy. Hopefully, we can have a chat without the cameras.
Yeah,
Yeah.
anytime with pleasure.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
Good.
No, good.
That's it.